Hello. We are back, and this is one of my favorite Pokemon. I always thought that Lapras was like a really exceptionally elegant Pokemon. As a kid, I really valued it as well, like playing Pokemon Stadium. I thought this was one of the best Pokemon to play with. When I was playing the Game Boy games, I was really happy when you got the free Lapras in Sylph, and I even trained it up and used it quite a bit. It's a little underleveled once you get in Sylph, but not terribly underleveled. And I remember, I think I may have even noticed that it was a slow growth rate Pokemon. I felt like it wasn't leveling up very fast. But I remembered that even at a lower level, it was competing pretty well with Pokemon punching above its weight. So today, we're going to put to the test how Lapras does in Red. Now, if you've seen Scott's Thoughts Lapras videos in the past and his most recent stream, which I think was probably about a year ago now, he actually used a route that I came up with, and I was really proud of it, using Hydro Pump. Today, I'm not sure that Hydro Pump has the same kind of utility, mostly just because Blaine is not nearly the same kind of threat in Red that he is in Yellow. So I've done one playthrough and messed around with a router. So we're going to go in with this kind of untested route that I have, but one that I think is going to see good success for Lapras. And I think it's time to go ahead and put up a poll. Started right on time, so we don't have a ton of people on yet. I was wondering to see if anyone would put in what they thought ahead of time, but I'll put in numbers that may surprise people to the poll. So let me go ahead and start this up. I think that Lapras is going to be much better in Red than Yellow, mostly because we don't have to worry about the champion. The champion in Yellow is really brutal on water types, and especially on water ice types, because fire type Pokemon will prioritize fire type moves against water ice Pokemon. So let's see. Final time for Lapras today. Oh, I see a couple of responses here. So I have a 42 and a 40 in the chat. I think if we don't do sub 42, I'm going to be really disappointed. So we'll put that as the lowest. So I'm going to put hello Aaron. Hello Salamance. Actually, there are two Aarons in the chat already. Hello, Aaron Dotson, and hello, Aaron Graham. I'm doing really well. I'm really excited to do this run. I'm going to put a number that looks crazy in here. If we don't do sub 42, then there's a serious problem. I'm not even going to have an over 42 option for Lapras. I think Scott in Yellow got about a 41 something time, which was a really great run for Yellow with a first try champion. But I think while that's an excellent run in Yellow, and it still is, like, it's a modern route. So there was no over leveling there. Scott played well. I think you could shave a little bit of time off of the run, just like you could with any run, but not a lot of time. Like, I think that was actually a pretty representative run for Lapras last year that Scott had. I think with Red being the easier game, worst case scenario should be about 42 minutes. So I've put in the poll sub 36, sub 38, sub 40, and sub 42. Honestly, if we don't do sub 40, I'm going to be really disappointed. But I think my guess, if I was voting in this poll, would probably be sub 38. I think sub 36 is really ambitious, but who knows? Maybe it'll surprise us. My first run, by the way, was 44 minutes, but that was with a lot of bumbling around and silly resets and stuff. So not representative of what Lapras can do at all. I could tell in my first playthrough already that Lapras is very strong. Okay. With no further ado, let's go. I think this is going to be a common theme, by the way, which is a lot of these kind of upper mid-tier Pokemon, like the ones that are quite capable in Yellow, but they get held back by the mid-game and some of the more difficult trainers. They're just not going to have the same kind of roadblocks. By the way, I'm going against Bulbasaur. is not obvious actually who we should be going against, but thematically we're a water ice type. So you could argue we're supposed to be going against Venusaur, or maybe we're supposed to be going against Charmander. Because we're in water ice instead of an ice water, I think thematically it makes the most sense that we're up against the Venusaur team, but I could see an argument for the Charizard team as well. I think Lapras would be able to handle either quite comfortably. One thing to consider is that fire does not even resist ice in this. Oh, okay. Bumbling around a little bit here, trying to talk to Oak from the side, and instead I talked to the like scrolls or the poster or something behind him, and then I talked to the last Pokeball. But yeah, to finish my thought, I think it's a little unclear who the correct rival is supposed to be, but because it starts off as a Charmander, it doesn't seem right to have a water type going against a Charmander. I don't know. We're skipping all this training, by the way. We're not going to be doing any early game training. I don't think we need it. Yeah, no scary Executor sprite today. That's right. Pokemon Masters, none of that. That's the other thing too, is the Executor doesn't actually know any grass moves in this game, so it wouldn't be a scary thing to go up against anyway. By the way, that looks like it might be a mistake healing there, because I only used like 3 water guns. Like, why am I doing that? It turns out the PP is so tight through Route 3 that if you don't take that heal, you are likely to run out of water guns before you get through this next stretch and have to backtrack. So that's why I'm healing on the way through, even though it's very silly. Yeah, like healing 3 water guns, but we don't have another attacking option, so we kind of have to. We're going to buy a number of potions. We're going to buy a few Pokeballs. And then we'll buy an antidote as well. Probably should have bought more than 1 antidote, but that's how the money ended up this time. Hopefully that doesn't come out to bite us. Hello, Imra. Thank you. Glad we didn't get poisoned and have to use the antidote immediately. That would have been a little bit of a bummer. And hello, Janelli. Good to see you again. Do I ever get bad misclicks from playing at 4 times speed, or am I really used to it? Yes, to both. I am really used to 4 times speed, but sometimes I do still have horrible misclicks. For instance, when I talk to the poster instead of Oak. That's a fun little optimization, by the way. Being able to teach Bide and then spam into the potions right afterwards. We will be using Bide. I think that this has gone so poorly that like we haven't gotten any crits. I think we're not going to get through. We might have to just restart right from the beginning for PP issues, which is really pathetic. Yeah, unless this crits, we're restarting. Like, this is insane. I never had that happen. And I went through the early game like 3 or 4 times. But I didn't really like how this was going anyway. Like, also the Brock, the Geodude is a favorable range that we missed, so that was 1 PP that cost us. By the way, this might be a Misty percentage stream. Or more accurately, a Pecking Goldeen trainer stream. So I'm probably not going to get more than 2 runs in today, just because getting off the ground is not that easy with Lapras. I didn't anticipate that happening in particular, but if that's a thing that can give us resets too, then it's a little sketchy. So one thing about beating the junior trainer is that then we are guaranteed to have to move back, right? What I mean by that is like, that's a couple more PP that we have to spend. Actually, it's more like 4 more PP that we have to spend. It's 2 hits on the Diglett, and I think it's a 2-hit range on the Sandshrew. So then we definitely have to backtrack after that. It's something we could do. But, okay, you get... Maybe it's not ranges anymore against Brock, so maybe you save 1 or 2 PP there, but then you've spent 4 or 5 PP. So then you're guaranteed to have to backtrack afterwards. And I don't think we really need the experience. I'm going to use a couple early rare candies, which for a long time, people were against Yeah, I could heal after Brock. It's a little slower, but I don't want to reset the early game over and over again. So we'll probably do that this time. For a long time, people were allergic to using early rare candies. But I think as a community now, we've come to an understanding. And I don't want to brag, but I think I was a part of this, that early rare candies can be more efficient sometimes, or usually, than early training. Early training, the experience yields are usually pretty bad. So we want to get to Sing for Misty. Sing actually does help against Misty. Had a hard time finding Brock there. So the game plan is actually to use a couple rare candies right before Misty this time around. And I am going to backtrack for to heal now, since we didn't heal the first time around, and just guarantee that we get through this next stretch. It's really not that much extra walking. Oh, Mart by. We're going to do some potions. And then we're going to do some... Oh, we're going to fix the problem that we did last time by several antidotes. We are going to be training against a number of psychic, not psychic, but poison types in the mid game with psychic. We learned psychic, by the way, which is awesome. That's really fun that we're going to have an awesome set for the mid game. Lapras learns Thunderbolt, Bubble Beam, Ice Beam, Psychic. Like, Lapras is stacked in the mid game. Hi, Trisecta. Nice to see you. Yeah, especially with... uh-oh. We could have gotten wrapped to death there, potentially, actually. You see how satisfying that is right there? When you just spam A and it teaches Bide and then you heal up. It's really satisfying. And that's only possible because we're doing the Mart by Imputer. We used to always do it before going through the forest to get a Pidgey, but that is that's yesterday's newspaper now. We don't do that anymore. Yeah, I like the little minuing tricks like that. You might think that we're going to do a few optionals here, like at least the hiker, but we aren't. We're skipping all of the optional training in the early game, including this hiker coming up with 3 Pokemon. They are all one hits too, but we don't want to do early game training. If this gave me a whole extra level, then I would do it, but it doesn't. I'd have to do 2 trainers to get a level. And I just don't think it makes sense to do 2 trainers to get a level, because believe it or not, later on in the mid game, it's going to be like basically a 1-to-1 ratio. We're going to be leveling up so efficiently, even though we're the slow growth rate. Each optional battle, and there are not a lot of them, each one of them is going to give us a level. Every single one of them. Like, we're either going to take a level by getting a rare candy through like fighting the gentleman or like the Machoke person in Sylph. We're either getting a level that way, or we're fighting someone like the biker boss who gives such exceptional experience yields that we get a full level from it. So that's how efficient we're going to be. And here's where things are about to get really dicey, y'all. We're level 13, taking on a level, is it 18 or 19? It's a really high level Goldeen. I'm saving before this fight, and I'm going to accept 1 or 2 resets here, because honestly, it is really sketchy. We don't even have Sing yet. So I'm going to start with Water Guns, and then if we get Tail Whipped, okay, like I'm just starting over when it starts that bad. Okay, no. Okay, if we get Tail Whipped a couple times, I'm going to switch to Bide. Okay, I'm going to switch to Bide. And nope. Okay, 1 more, we're going to restart it over. Well, no, I want to get 1 playthrough off the ground first so everyone can see a playthrough first, and then we're going to go Misty percentage after that. We're not going to, I'm not prepared to go Misty percentage yet. Okay. You see how that kind of helps though? Like getting the bide damage in there. It utilizes our best stat. Oh no. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Oh gosh. I'm not used to that particular walk right there. Okay. Starting with bide, I don't know, maybe. Okay, we used one growl, so it would only do 3 to us, and then it just started critting. Okay, that's a good X defend at the beginning of that. You see, this is a sketchy fight, but it's actually less sketchy against Misty than it is against the Peck and Goldeen trainer. The reason I switched is because I wanted to do some damage with Water Gun first before using Bite against the Goldeen. But now that I think about it, maybe it is better to just start. Maybe it's better to just start with Bide. I mean, it can really mess you up if you're biting and it confuses you. Like, things go really poorly really quickly. It's not good. We're going to use Water Gun against the average just to manage our Bubble Beam PP here. If we try to fight this in the other order, by the way, it gets very sketchy. Like, you see that the... I mean, you don't want to Water Gun your way through that Bulbasaur, right? You saw how sketchy that Bulbasaur is, right? Yeah, entering the gym at level 13 does feel kind of crazy, but I think Lapras is good enough to pull it off. I don't want to train in the early game if we can. Now, of course, okay, if you want to play the game, say like, well, you lost time there because you saved and you reset a couple times. That's true. But guess what? With the magic of follow-up playthroughs, that won't necessarily be true. You know, we could just get through on the first try and then we're really speeding. Michael Gazillion asked me, is Lapras S tier? And then followed up with, is Lapras getting sub 36? So if you're going off the Scott's thoughts, like S tier being sub 40, yes, I think we have excellent chances of getting sub 40 today. I have not done it yet, so this is all theoretical. But after looking at the route and the damage ranges and stuff, I'm confident we can get sub 40 today. I would be very disappointed if we don't get it. That said, sub 36 is really fast. I mean, sub 36 is really fast. So we would need to get some good luck to achieve that. It is possible, but I would need to play well and we need good luck. I put that as a stretch goal. The same way that I didn't think I'd get sub 50 with Golbat, I don't think I'm going to get sub 36 with Lapras, but there's a path. I think there's a path to it happening. I think the goal for the follow-up is going to be like one quick reset on the Goldeen and maybe just straight into Bide because it's faster. Like Sing was doing so little damage. I think for the follow-ups, we will just use Bide immediately. We'll take a quick reset if we have to. And if we end up taking like 2 or 3 resets, then we just restart the playthrough. We don't want too much of a time bleed. We're going to get Body Slam soon, by the way, which is why I think, okay just forging through. Oh, Missed Hypnosis, good. That could waste a lot of time. Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll just switch to mostly Body Slams. We're skipping rest, of course. You can assume that I'm not getting rest unless I explicitly say that I'm going to get rest. Yeah. So Imra, what you're doing is a good exercise, right? You're checking like, okay, do we get a lot more one hits if we switch to adding the junior trainer, right? Or do we turn 3 hits into 2 hits? Like, these are really good questions to ask, but keep in mind that a lot of the time spent on optional battles is not the actual Pokemon that you face or like the turns in battle. Some of it is, but a lot of it is the intro and the exit trainer animation. So even if you're turn neutral, or even if you save a turn, if you're taking an extra optional on, chances are you're actually losing time. All right, we're out of healing items, which is a little annoying. In case you're wondering, I'm using Body Slam here because... oh, right, I just bought some Super Potions. I'll just move those up to the bag after this fight. I was keeping one Bubble Beam there for the rival Sandshrew. But there's one flaw with that strategy, which is that I'm playing Pokemon Red. Okay. That just got sketchy with the confusion, but we're through. Probably should have went ahead and just used the Bubble Beam on one of those fire types. No, we're not using Bite or Sing, so it doesn't really matter. I put Body Slam in the bottom slot just because it's more accessible down there. Cut, dig, and then let's move the repels and super potions. I don't know if this fight's going to get sketchy against Surge. I think it has the potential to. So we're going to save here. Oh, nice. That was a good paralysis. Okay, that was a crit. Okay, this was fine. Not too bad. We used all of our Body Slam and all of our Bubble Beam TM. PP, I mean. So, that's pretty good. Okay, I'm going to dig out of here directly. Watch me, y'all. Like a red player. I'm going to do it like a red player. Watch this. Oh. Okay. It wasn't muscle memory, but we did do it. Lapras isn't singing no more. Yeah, Lapras is so good that, like, Sing is actually really good for bad Pokemon, by the way. Like, bad Pokemon love using Sing. I'm not saving here. I don't think we need to. Main reason is that we're one-shotting the Bellsprout, so even if the Oddish paralyzed us, all we need is it to use growth one time, and then we knock it out. So, didn't think it was worth saving for that. The chances that we lose are so tiny, so tiny that doesn't make sense. I know it's really sad that I have to TM into Body Slam. It's just the slow growth rate. It's level 25, so I'm like 2 levels away. But if you don't have Body Slam for Surge, it's not going to go smooth like that. You don't want to Bubble Beam his Pokemon down. Like, I don't think he even one hit the Pikachu with Bubble Beam. And I think you're like 3 or 4 shotting with the Raichu. Maybe 3 shotting. I think you're 3 shotting instead of... It's a 2-shot range with Body Slam. Anyway, it's just, yeah, you need Body Slam for Surge. I'm already using a couple early rare candies. I have to do like extra training or something to actually... okay. Hello? That was kind of an ugly fight, wasn't it? Guess we're using the full restore. It's the only thing with Lapras is that, like, it's a little better when you're playing with Cloyster and Dugong and the other ice water types of the early game, where you start off with Aurora Beam. That'd be really nice. We'd love to start with Aurora Beam. We don't get ice coverage for all these early grass types, but at least we get Body Slam. Like, Starmie doesn't even get Body Slam, so then it's really difficult getting through these. Oh, serious? Stop it. F off. All right, we're gonna have to... I'm not healing. Screw that. We're only taking one fight here. We can go second, just Bubble Beam. That's fine. Because we have to heal anyway to set our rally point. There's no way it makes sense to heal first. Just for that one fight. No way. By the way, with slow growth rate Pokemon, you almost always go to Rocket Hideout. I don't think it makes sense to with Lapras, not in Red. We just don't need much training. Like, we're about to start crushing everything because we're about to get Ice Beam. One Carbos is fine. We'll sell the Nugget. Let's remember the repels, unlike yesterday. Or 2 days ago. I think I kept Water Gun before for this. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Do I have Pokeballs still? 6 Pokeballs? Can I do it? Nice. Oh, I looked to the side because I can normally get through there. That's one of the differences between yellow and red. Oh. I was supposed to teach Fly first because I'm actually not done with my inventorying yet. I'm supposed to go get Psychic now. And then once I teach Psychic, that's when I spam out the Super Repel. KPI says the Golbat video was sick. I'm glad you enjoyed it. That was so fun. That was outrageously fun the other day. Oh, I forgot to teach Ice Beam. Whoops. That's okay. This is gonna be fine. I have Psychic for the Ivysaur, which is gonna 2-hit instead of 1-hit probably, but yeah, this is okay. Meant to teach Ice Beam there as well over Bubble Beam. We don't need we don't need Bubble Beam anymore. Bubble Beam's been good, but Ice Beam is also a stab move and higher base power. And has almost the same type chart as Water. Funny enough, like it's just not that helpful. Not that helpful anymore to have Water coverage, especially since like Blaine is awful in this game. Picking up Psychic before the tower is 100% worth it, by the way. All those Ghastlies are 2 hits with Ice Beam. Or like unfavorable ranges. Okay, got a little peek into where Ice Beam was there. Let's go ahead and teach it now. Here, Thunderbolt's enough for the Zubats, but we do need to use Ice Beam for the Golbat. Speed tie, won the speed tie, that's nice. Is the solution for Blaine? Well, you're going to have to wait and find out. But yes, you're right. Yeah, kind of. You're kind of right. That's half of the puzzle. Hello, Robert. Good to have you here. Bolt Beam. Yeah, I mean, check it out. Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Psychic, Body Slam. What an incredible set for the mid-game. It feels so good playing Lapras in the mid-game. Especially in Red. Just because the power level in the mid-game is a little bit lower in Red at the gym leaders. So you can kind of just melt everything. You have to put a little bit more thought into like Yellow Koga, Yellow Blaine, Yellow Giovanni even, believe it or not. But yeah, in Red, you kind of just melt everything. We are going to take on this optional. By the way, if anyone's doing an optional count at home, the answer is almost no optionals. Confuse Ray is really good, but we don't have room on the set for it. We would keep Sing, by the way, and Bubble Beam on the set. and Surf. Like Lapras is one of those Pokemon that like you kind of wish you could teach it like 8 moves. With most Pokemon, you don't really care. You want like 5 move slots maybe. With Lapras, you could reasonably see yourself using like 8 different moves if you could keep all of them in conjunction. Like they'd be useful at some point. So we're gonna have to pick and choose. The question is whether or not I'm going to use Surf. Put your predictions in chat. Will I teach it? No Surf, no Surf, no Surf, no. 5 no's for... Okay. No one thinks I'm teaching Surf. Interesting. Hydro Pump, yes, says Regiosi. Okay. We'll see. Okay. That's fine. That's a range, by the way. We must have hit the very low end of the range on the Victory Bell because it didn't even look like it was a range. But that's about a 40% range. We're healing here on purpose because we're not going to be able, after Koga, to pick up the Warden Candy. So after we fight Fievel, we're going to dig out a Sylph, and we're going to be in position to pick up the Warden Candy. That's why we're healing there. Hydro Pump just in time for Rival 6, says Smash Math. Interesting prediction. We're taking on Koga at level 33, by the way. This is completely impossible in yellow. Regiosi says maybe Mimic soon. What's your prediction for why we need Mimic? Ooh, narrowly survived that self-destruct. Badge boost on Blaine. I thought that was a guarantee. Hmm. Three there. Better ranges against Rival 5 at level 38. Actually, much better than level 35. So that's why we're using 3 rare candies. Yellow Lapras, by the way, does a lot of training in Sylph. That's its biggest area of training is in Sylph. In Red, we just don't need to. We can go ahead and use the candies more aggressively because we need fewer levels for the late game. By the way, isn't that crazy? That's a guarantee. Oh, no. No, don't do that. Got statused by the Alakazam. Don't wreck me. Oh, Frozen Solid. Let's go. I need to remember to pick up this Lapras as well. I forgot it last time. Sure, I've had Lapras, but I've had second Lapras. I don't think I need a heal for this. I tried to say it in a Pippin voice. I don't know if anyone got the reference. Okay, even with the special drop, one shot the Marowak. Where's my full restore? 2 Carbos. Okay. There. Yeah, it's lower in the bag because I had to use my first full restore earlier, obviously. So it was further down. Just because the Kangaskhan can do pretty good damage. I keep freezing them solid. Okay, I guess it's fine. I guess I didn't have to heal. Okay. Now that I have my second Lapras. So everyone who said that I wouldn't teach Surf to Lapras was wrong. I just taught... No, I'm just kidding. I taught the other Lapras Surf. But that's typical. I think we're using mostly body slams here, so we can actually... We don't have to... Okay. Nice. That's a one hit. Yeah, we're actually going to use all body slams here. Maybe that was a range, so we can switch to... Okay, nice. Sabrina, no problem at level 41. We did take some damage there. I think she fought pretty well, but she just doesn't have a very scary team in this version. That is the last time we will use body slam. Oh. We don't need it anymore. It would be nice against the like champions Alakazam and stuff. 13 minutes to know your prediction, Aaron. Yeah, we'll see. I think we're on pace for sub 40 right now. I don't think we're on pace for sub 38, but not totally sure. One really interesting thing about Blaine is I thought that he was going to be trivial. And he's not that trivial in red and blue. The reason is Lapras is not particularly fast, 60 base speed. And he's got good AI, which he no longer has in yellow. He just randomizes. But in this game, he's got good AI. And his Ponyta and Rapidash, the only fire move they know is Fire Spin. So they're both faster than you, and they will trap you indefinitely. So I thought that I could take on Blaine at a low level, like even before Rival 5, teach Lapras Surf early, like that kind of shenanigans. I thought that it was going to be the right way to play, and I found out in the first playthrough that is definitely not the right way to play with Lapras. You will get trapped forever. So Mimic is not for badge boosts. It's to actually get fast. That's why we're doing it. We need agility for the primary effect. Hilariously. That's why we're doing it. And then we're Ice Beam spamming. But see, look, that Rapidash is only going to use Fire Spin. And then the Arcanine is randomizing between Ember and Fire Blast. Fire Blast has about a third of my health. So this is a fight that we can lose. In this case, we get a first try victory. So that's pretty good. We've got 2 resets and 1 blackout. Do we have a blackout? Is that true? I don't think we have a blackout. Did we black out at some point? I think it's just 2 resets. Someone remind me if we got a blackout. I don't think we did. Yeah, it is funny, right? You think you need like Surf for Blaine, but what you actually need is Mimic so that you can get agility for Blaine. And you can just hit neutrally with Ice Beam and it's fine. It is pretty funny. I'm going to save here just in case. I don't think we need to. Yeah, I think it just randomly added the blackout. I'm pretty sure we're at 2 resets, which is only the Peck and Goldeen trainer at the beginning. If you can get past the Peck and Goldeen trainer, hopefully you can see that like everything is trivial into the late game. The entire mid game is super easy for Lapras. The only place that we almost got a reset was Rival 5 and Blaine. But in both of those cases, it wasn't really even that close. Okay. Here's another place where we're going to steal agility. Agility is quite good. And in this case, we're going to spam 3 agilities because the Growlithe is locked into Ember and can't do much. So here we are using it for badge boosts. I meant... No! That was brutal. Oh, that was brutal. We need more. We need to use... no, I don't think we can afford to use an elixir. I don't like that we're at 4 Ice Beam PP. It's a little unfortunate. I think I'm just going to knock out the Rhyhorn with 2 Psychics so that we have another one. This is not a fight where we should lose, but it is a fight that we can lose. Being burned doesn't matter. What? Did I just miscount? I thought we had 1 left. No! Ice Beam 1 hits the Venusaur. That was such a bad misplay. Oh, that's such a bad misplay. No, don't look at me. Don't look at me. I'm ashamed. I miscounted. I don't know how, but I did. I'm ashamed and I feel shame. Okay. We need to get to +6 again. Oh, it's because I used 1 on... okay, nice. It's because I used 1 on the Growlithe, obviously. I was thinking about... Oh, yeah, we use... Are you kidding me? That's like a 90% roll. What? All right, we're getting the bad luck out now, I guess. Oh, no. Yeah, that's like a 90% roll with Ice Beam there. Like, it's as if we had a guaranteed 1 hit with Blizzard. Like, that's how good the range is. That's crazy. All right, we're burned. It's kind of annoying. Okay. Oh my god, that did so much damage. With the burns and the crits. Okay. Come on. Come on, just get the range this time, please. All right, thank you. I'm not teaching Hydro Pump. No, I didn't have calcium. I didn't have calcium in the route. So we just got unlucky. I was trying to do the bike, not another repel. It might get a little sketchy at the end of the cave. We're going to have to be kind of step efficient here, I think. Yeah, we're probably going to hit like a wild encounter or 2. I'm avoiding the bike, by the way, because I'm going to be much less step efficient if I'm on the bike. And I want to avoid the encounters. Sub 50 or sub 40 rather, still on the table, despite kind of the bad plays and bad luck. We had a little bit of both there. Hopefully you can see how capable Lapras is. There is a place, though, that can definitely wall us. And I don't think it's the champion. I mean, the champion could cause a stray reset or 2. But I think the much more likely place that we run into trouble is Agatha. Because we're going into the league at a really low level. And the Agatha lottery is going to be the Agatha lottery. Yeah, so we'll see. Okay. By the way, we are going to use Mimic here for the final time. Mimic is useful one more time here. For Amnesia. That just trivializes the rest of this fight. We're not going to save for the hiker. If he crits us with submission, he crits us with submission. Air Rash, starting from the beginning. Good luck. Thank you. What just happened? Did we Gen 1 miss? Did we Gen 1 miss twice? What just happened? Did we just Gen 1 miss twice? Oh, I didn't use my rare candies. That's hilarious. We just got through without me using 5 rare candies. Okay. Well, hilarious. This is the level we're supposed to be at, by the way, so it's fine, but that's kind of funny. Okay. Be nice if we could hit him. Okay. Okay, cool. First try Agatha. That definitely has the potential to be a lot worse. I think we can save the last elixir for the last one. I undersped the Hitmonlee. Yeah, it's because I forgot to use the rare candies. That's why. That's not supposed to be sketchy. I outspeed the Hitmonlee if I use the rare candies first. I forgot to use the rare candies before Lorelei like I planned. Oh, important to teach Blizzard here. We are going to use it. Here we need 2 badge boosts in order to get the one shot on the final Venusaur. And Blizzard, importantly, 2 shots the Alakazam. Okay, that was a crit. Okay, we're probably dead. Okay, we did get 2 badge boosts there. The Arcanine's going to get an Ember, and hilariously, it's going to knock us out. Unless we freeze it solid. Alright, first playthrough down. 39 minutes and 10 seconds with 5 resets and 1 blackout. That 1 blackout doesn't really exist, so I think it's just 5 resets. We ran into problems exclusively at the Pecking Goldeen Trainer and Rival 6. The champion could have been bad there just because the Alakazam crit us, but usually we should be high enough health to get through without too much of a problem. You can see as compared to my first playthrough, it was much, much better. My first playthrough results were 44 minutes and 8 seconds. We saved about 5 minutes off of that. People in the poll, 36% said sub 36, 40% say sub 38, and then 24% say sub 40, with no one picking sub 42. So everyone believed in Lapras to go sub 40, and we've achieved that, at least. Was I supposed to level up on the Champs Venusaur? Okay, people are interested in the damage ranges, so I'm just going to pull this up quickly. I am supposed to level up after the Venusaur, but I'm at level 55 over damage running threshold, and with 2 Leers, you can see that Blizzard low roll is 108% damage. With only 1 Leer, it would be kind of a sketchy roll, like 67%. Still likely to happen, but with 2, it's a guarantee as long as Blizzard hits. The Arcanine was going to do enough damage to knock us out, by the way, with Ember. So if we didn't get the freeze there, we were dead. We hit a clutch 10% there on the Arcanine. That was pretty cool. Was I 56? Oh yeah, I was 56 on Venusaur because I forgot to use candies for Lorelei. I thought my ranges didn't look as good as they were supposed to, hilariously. So this is why, right? Alakazam and Venusaur if you use the candies a little bit later. But if you use it before Lorelei, the only significant difference is, yeah, I guess you have one more level for the first Gengar if you do it the way that I did it, which is kind of nice, honestly. Well, should I be doing that? I don't think so, because Bruno got too sketchy. Like, underspeeding the Hitmonlee when it's going to prioritize a fighting type move. No, it doesn't, but it has a 50% chance of using jump kick or high jump kick for massive damage. Then I'm dead to submission. I don't think that's going to be the way. Whereas if I use the 5 candies, then by the time I get to Hitmonlee, I'm at 113 speed, more than its 109. Yeah, 1 crit high jump kick is bad. Or either of those fighting moves plus a submission from the Machamp is bad. Can I squeeze out a level by splitting candies? Like, for what? For Agatha? Nope. I'm underspeeding Hitmonlee, so I can't. Good question, though, Smash Mouth. But this is fine. I mean, the first Gengar is like, it's still a range for a 2-hit. Like, it's okay. And I'm not outspeeding it anyway, so it doesn't change anything. I'm still leveling up into the Golbat, crucially, by the way, to outspeed it, so it doesn't get a chance to use Haze and remove our badge boosts or confuse Reyes. So that's kind of nice. Can I either skip the buy or get calcium? I mean, all right, well, okay, let's look at the ranges, okay? Let's look at the ranges. And then you tell me if you think that calciums are worth it. So Rival 6 was the problem, right? Just Rival 6. With 3 agilities set up, we have a 90.9% chance to one-hit with Ice Beam. Let's see what 1 calcium does. With 1 calcium, it doesn't do anything. With 2 calciums, it goes up to a 95% chance. Like, that's just not worth it, right? I don't think that's ever worth it. The Carbos is needed for Golbat, yes. It's actually needed throughout the playthrough. We're barely outspeeding lots of stuff. Unless you're paying close attention, you wouldn't notice, but like, we barely outspeed Koga's Wheezing. We barely outspeed just like kind of random stuff that you normally outspeed always, because we only have 60 base power. We're narrowly outspeeding a lot of stuff throughout the playthrough. A lot might be strong, but a decent amount of stuff. Narrowly outspeeding it. So the Carbos is handy. Like Lance's Dragonite. We're at 115 speed to 114. So, yeah, the Carbos is helpful. By the way, we're underspeeding the Arcanine, but we do outspeed it after the badge boosts. Yeah. Well, we're also going into the Koga fight at a really low level, but it is funny. Like, when do you ever think about outspeeding a Weezing? But it's true. Like, look at this. Going in, we have 62 speed. We level up in order to outspeed the Weezing with 63. Like, that's how tight it is. And that's using a Carbos that we buy. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick break and then we're gonna run it back. If you have any more suggestions, let me know in the chat. Otherwise, we'll just jump right into our next playthrough here in a couple minutes. All right, be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. Redriosi suggests getting luckier on the Goldane. Good suggestion. Good suggestion. I'll try to implement that. All right, we're going to switch to the 39-10 splits, and we're going to run it again. I think sub 38 is like very doable. After playing this sub 36, I'm skeptical. Definitely skeptical of sub 36, but you know, it's okay. It's a stretch goal. If we get sub 38 today, I'll be pretty happy. All right, let's go. I think the route was solid. I'm happy with how everything played out. I think we eliminate one or two misplays. We play a little bit cleaner. We get a little bit luckier. We can have a couple minutes shaved off. Hello, Parksy. Yes, you're just in time. Second run is just starting. Well, technically my third run, but the second run on stream. I did run this once yesterday. 44 minutes in my first attempt. Pretty decent first attempt to play through, but we shaved about 5 minutes off of it after I was able to get into the EXP router, do a lot of planning. By the way, you might be curious about that. Like, let me know if you want to see my first attempts. The reason I kind of moved away from that a little bit with letting you all see my first attempt at it is because after the first attempt, I kind of want to spend a lot of time in the router. I want to really come up with the best plan for the Pokemon, but that's very time consuming to come up with a really good plan that has the kind of nuance and strategy that I find personally fulfilling. So I feel a little, I guess, awkward about spending 30, 40 minutes in the EXP router. Oh, shoot. Didn't mean to pick up the antidote. That's okay. And so I thought, why not just play my first one off stream? Come up with a plan after that, and then you can all see my follow-up playthrough. I think I'm pretty happy with that as a format. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think you're really missing something by not seeing my first playthrough. My intuition is that the way we're doing it right now is pretty good. Yeah, well, I want to skip that antidote because I just want the order different. That's the main reason why. I want to be able to spam out Bide and then potions and not have an antidote plug in my bag. Okay. I almost want to restart, but that's the perfectionist in me. Like the bag management, having to do that stuff at the beginning. Just so unhappy with it. Like it was so much cleaner last run. But yeah, we'll see. Well, by the way, so we've got a couple competing sort of perspectives in chat. Right. And I thought about this is the trade-off, right? It is kind of fun to see my mistakes in the first playthrough and then just like learning the Pokemon, right? Like, oh, like the Blaine Fire Spin thing that I told you all about. That would be pretty fun to find out in real time, right? I surf early. I teach surf to Lapras because I'm like, I'm going to go down and fight Blaine early, and that's going to be really good. And then I get there, and then it's like, oh no, they're prioritizing Fire Spin and they're faster than me. And now I'm in this awful situation where I have to like fly, like tuck my tail in between my legs, dig out, and then fly off the island. Like that's quite funny. That makes for like a funny moment, and y'all didn't get to see that because it wasn't on stream. But the thing that this allows me to do is to make a better product for you when you're not looking at the EXP router for like 45 minutes, right? Because I was able to spend yesterday like probably close to an hour in the EXP router, looking through damage ranges meticulously and coming up with a strategy that I thought would give Lapras great results. It's probably not the most entertaining thing to have that part televised, so to speak. But you can't have it both ways, right? Like there'd be like, unless I did a first playthrough and then waited a day and then did a second one, but I'm not going to do that, right? I think that's silly. So there's a little bit of a trade-off either way, right? No water gun TM. I don't think we're going to need to teach water gun later. Yeah, I think if you're someone who just likes the optimizations casually, like, oh, it's interesting to find this out and that out, maybe let's look at damage ranges for 2 fights. Like, we can still do that, right? We did that this time. Redriosi asked about ranges and whether I needed calcium, and we did it. It took 5 minutes, right? I think that if you're interested in watching me play for like a couple hours at a time, watching a couple of my runs, you probably don't mind 5 minutes in the EXP router. I forgot to save, so I guess this is Goldine percentage. Did we do it? Oh, let's go. I didn't save, and I didn't need to, and I forgot the rare candy. No, I hate that. I'm so used to just running in and healing first and getting that candy on the way to the rival. Okay. Well, we're not going to save now. It was a good omen for us last time, so why save now? Come on, sleep. Preemptive after the long sleep. Come on. Come on. This is so bad. How did we miss that many things in a row? Oh, no. This is so long. I wonder if I should just be using Bide the whole time, honestly. Maybe I can. Uh-oh. Okay, okay. I think... Well, we're going to start over, obviously, because that was like the slowest reset of all time. I think we're just going to Bide directly, because it's so slow against Misty. Parksy says the optimizations are cool for like 30 minutes and then it gets tedious. And I think 30 minutes is even optimistic. I think like for you, I believe that's true. For some people, it's probably even less than that, right? I wonder at what point Brock percentage becomes tedious. I think that like Brock or Misty percentage streams are probably less tedious for most people than optimizations for a long time. Because then it's kind of hype when you get past it. But I don't think there's the same kind of hype payoff when you're looking at optimizations. Maybe there's a little bit of a hype payoff when like you come up with a really good strategy and then you execute on it, but it's not really the same. Yeah, I think I am going to do that. I think I am just going to Bide the Star U next time too. And then finish it off with water gun if it gets low. Because it was really slow. I mean, the original plan was actually to use Sing. But Sing is really slow. I might just use the candies there anyway, just for the levels, just for the health, because it was sketchy. It's a sketchy fight anyway. So it might still just be worth it to use the 2 candies. And then I have Sing as a bailout option as well. So like say I'm close on the Starmie, but I'm at too low health to use a second Bide. Then I have like the bailout option secondary plan of using Sing and then just spamming out like, you know, 5 water guns in a row, which you normally wouldn't get the chance to do. Lapras has a ton of HP. That's correct. So Lapras's worst stat, it's a pretty balanced Pokemon, actually. Its worst stat is its speed, but its best stat is its HP. So here we're going to be forced to heal first. And we just have to hope that we have enough PP to get through the next stretch. We didn't have an option to save afterwards because we didn't pick up the antidote. Yeah, Chris in the chat says Brock percentage is normal speedrun resetting. People are used to that by now. Yeah, that's probably mostly true. Wow, I took a lot of damage against Brock there. It's kind of unexpected. We got the pleasing synergy that time. At least we have a really fast Brock split. Most Pokemon don't have the luxury of doing anything risky around Misty because like you're already pretty far into the playthrough at that point. For Lapras, the Brock split is happening so fast and we're not fighting optionals. So it's a little less painful to take Misty resets. Although I think since we're not going for Sing, it's going to be a little faster. I think it's kind of more justifiable to take the save before the Pecking Trainer and before Misty. Alright, that was kind of a lot of damage. Although I think 31 should be fine. There's a chance we don't get through here, by the way. I think we're just going to do this. Oh, alright. We got crit with Horn Attack. I switched to Bide because I think we were going to run out of PP if I didn't. It takes 4 water guns to get through that last bug catcher. Right now, we're not on Brock percentage or Misty percentage. We're on Route 3 percentage. I'm getting a little better at this early game, by the way. Grabbing the Pokeball and nicknaming my Pokemon. It's a little different than yellow. Hey, 39. Nice and clean. Let's see if I remember to go to the Pokemon Center this time. Or the Mart. There we go. I did. Last couple times I think I've started to run directly to the tutorial person. Like, let's go. Let's start the playthrough. Let's fight Brock. Alright. We got the talk to the side this time. Be proud, Redriosi. Alright. Clean overworlding so far. What if we just accidentally edit the moveset to start with Body Slam? Then we might accidentally just get sub 36. Alright, we keep getting poisoned. Is it a 30% chance to poison with Poison Sting or 10%? It's 30%, isn't it? Because if it's 30%, we're actually fairly likely to get poisoned in that first fight. But not guaranteed, so it's kind of annoying. It's like, do you pick up the antidote or do you not? I think it's 10 potions, by the way. I hadn't fully mapped it out. Oh. Okay. That was pretty good money management. Is it 10%? Because it feels like it's always poisoning me. But that could just be bias. Okay, getting the crit there was good. This is actually really important that we mix in a couple water gun crits. We don't have a huge crit percentage. It's only 11%, but I think that was a range as well. Like, that's important for us to just get through this section of the game. It looks like we have a number of ranges that like could be 2 hits or not, which is why in the past I was getting through here fine. And why sometimes we're just not getting through. I can afford 5 water guns here, so I think it's fine. I think we've made it. I'm pretty sure that last Metapod is a guaranteed 2 hit or 3 hit. What? 2 hit? Yeah, I think it's a 3 hit. I think it's a 2 hit. I hope it's not a 3 hit, is what I'm trying to say. We're going to find out if we make it or not. I don't like how much that water gun did. Oh, it's a range? Oh, we got it. I don't know if it's a range or not, but it kind of looked rangy. And that's not one that we can bide, right? It's only going to use harden, so we're kind of screwed if that happens. It's a reset. Just a reset if we run out of that PP there. Hop in the Pokeball, Paris. Get on board here. Thank you. Oop, almost walked down the ladder again by accident. Walked in from the side. Oh, wait a minute. What's going on? It's critting me every time. What are we doing here? Oh my god. That rocket needs to chill, dude. What the heck was that? You see that? It was like crit, crit, crit with the Rattata. Holy cow. I know it's fast, but it's not that fast. Shouldn't crit every single time. Am I going to lose here? Like, I was screeched. The coughing's going to do decent damage. No, I'm not going to lose. Okay. The problem is Lapras is just like at such a low level. That's really the problem here. I'm level 13 on minimum battles going into Misty's gym. I bet you guys thought I would forget. Actually, if you did think I would forget, then you could have mentioned it in the chat. That's always appreciated. If I've been missing something and you just want to throw it out there in the chat, that'd be great. But we remembered the candy this time. We're just going to go straight for it. We're going to go bide here. Okay, that's pretty good. Peck. Okay, we're just going to switch to water gun now that it's on low. Okay. Okay, we made it. It wasn't pretty, but a win is a win. And we're going to use the rare candies now, even just for health. More health, more chances of winning. Gen 1 missed a tackle there. That was weird. Okay. 40 health. I don't love it. Oh, no, it crit me. Okay. X-Defend could happen. Oh! Oh! I played to my outs. Did I get it? Oh, I got it. Look at that. Look at that. X-Defend into a successful sing for just enough turns. It woke up and turned in time to lose. Let's go. Let's go. That was sick. You know, if I didn't use those 2 candies, we would have lost, right? We wouldn't have had enough health. And we needed the sing as well. So both of those, I think both of those things justify the decision we made there to use the 2 early rare candies. I think we can consider that quite the success. Down the 1 potion left, but it should be fine because we're going to be one-shotting a lot of the Pokemon on this stretch on Nugget Bridge. And then we'll be able to buy super potions after this. So should be okay. And like people are pointing out in the chat, Lapras has plenty of HP. So even if we get beat up a little bit, we should be able to make it. We have to be smart about our PP here, though. We're down to 6 bubble beams. Nidoran here is going to be a 2-shot. So that's when you switch to Water Gun anyway. Okay, in that case, we got a crit, so it would have been a 1-shot with Bubble Beam. But these are the kind of decisions that, you just trust the process. You make the right decision. It makes sense to spread out the PP a little bit here, I think. Also, we ran out of Bubble Beam PP a little bit early last time when we went down to 0. So I think it's kind of nice we're at 3 Bubble Beams here. We're gonna be at 2 after fighting them at Chop. So we just have a little bit more wiggle room. We don't want Mist. But we haven't gotten hit yet, actually. We're at full health most of the way through Nugget Bridge. So that's pretty sweet. We're going to get hit by the Oddish. We can't one-shot even with a crit on Bubble Beam, and it's locked into Absorb. But the Oddish aren't really a threat for us because they just don't do that much damage. Ooh, we did get a crit, though, and that's kind of nice. It speeds it up into a 2-turner instead of a 3-turner against the Oddishes. Alrighty. We can go ahead and use that Ether immediately. And with the potion too, why not? We're going to forward escape rope out of here. Shout out to Scott's Thoughts. Oh. No. I tried to dig. I talked about the escape rope, and then I was like, yeah, then you dig out of here. I am not a red player yet, but soon maybe I will be. Okay, disable Water Gun, nice play. Missed against the champion, so the Rhydon can't lower my defenses. Yeah, that would be great. That would be awesome. Who wants to get badge boosted? Mist would have use if I couldn't one-hit KO Sandy. Maybe. I mean, I could teach it over Bite or Sing or something. I'm not using those moves anymore. So, hypothetically, that's true. In reality, it's probably still not really even worth teaching. Oops. That's fine. It's okay. Picked up the super potions and repels here. That's pretty nice. I know, that was awful bag management. Not awful. Awful is too strong. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. Okay, we're going to body slam our way through this next stuff. We kept enough bubble beams to knock out the water stuff that time. Redriosi in the chat is looking for ways to... looking for plausible ways to use Mist. Okay. The Kadabra disabled Body Slam when I didn't have any other options. That was actually really annoying. I had to put it to sleep with Sing. Didn't anticipate that. Mist against Misty for the memes. Wow. The chat is so helpful today. Thank you, chat. Like, Mist is a cool move and all, but like Lapras just has way too many good options to consider using a move like Mist. Alright. Body Slam for Surge should be simple unless we get like crit too much. I mean, it could happen, but it seems like a relatively safe fight. Okay. 1 minute ahead of Surge. That's because we didn't take the 2 resets early. So that's quite nice. Alright, and we dig out of here. I keep going down too fast, like too excited. I'm on the Pokemon menu already. I need to click on it first before I go down. Bike. Once again, not going to save for the wrapping glass. I don't believe in her ability to beat me. She could waste some time if she paralyzes me, but she's not really going to beat me. It would take really low odds. The Venonats are range here, by the way. Repels weren't moved up in time. Womp womp. Despite these little small mistakes that I'm pointing out with the bag and stuff, I think we are making quite good time. It's okay to make a couple small mistakes as long as you're not fumbling around in the bag too much. Okay, we got through a lot cleaner this time. We didn't have to use anything to cure paralysis, so that's quite nice. Just crit the Oddish every time? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, people are trolling in the chat here, but like Smash Math is mentioning Lorelei, for instance, right? Like all the places that you can actually get your stats lowered. The funny thing is, like, most of these places don't matter, or they're even beneficial. Like, because a lot of times when your stats are getting lowered, it's badge boosting you, and you want that. Like when Lorelei is growling you. With Lapras, we've already tossed Body Slam by that point. We're only using Thunderbolt. So anytime we get growled, we're just getting a positive result from that, from our attack being lowered. Regieracy, why'd you keep bringing up Water Gun? Why you want me to teach a Water Gun? Or you want me to sell it for money? One Carbos. Okay, I've learned none of my lessons. Because remember last time when I said I didn't save Water Gun, and so I couldn't injure the Doduo? We're in the same boat. We're YOLO balling it. And we only have 3 Pokeballs this time. Come on. Oh my god, we got over the 3rd one. Let's go. Oh, that was such a bad position to be in. Oh, that was so bad. Oh, man. Oh my god. Bide? Dude, no. Bide. No, it's so slow. Bide is so slow. It does almost no damage. Oh, Ice Beam. Ice Beam. Let's teach it. Over Bubble Beam. I think Thunderbolt was not one-shotting the Pidgeotto last time, but of course it should have been a one-shot with Ice Beam because we get stabbed for that move. And then same with Ivysaur. Psychic was not quite one-hitting it, but Ice Beam does. So this should be a series of one-hits if you teach Ice Beam in time. Red Eye Solaris, hello. Nice to see you here. Sheer Cold and just win. Yeah. I love myself some Oko moves. That's the best thing about later gens, is they didn't have Sheer Cold yet in Gen 1. It's the only way that Gen 1 is not perfect, is it needed sheer cold. I have to use trash moves like Horn Drill and Fissure when I could be using great moves like sheer cold. Oh, Rodrigo, see, I did think you were memeing because I thought you were talking about the water gun TM. But you actually were talking about having... that was a misclick. You were talking about having water gun for the Doduo. I did think you were memeing. My apologies. That was a serious suggestion. Next run I'll remember. I mean, hopefully this is the run where we have like an awesome result, but... Nope. No. Oh, I just split the Pokemon and the trainer. That was cool. Fighting the biker boss here at the end, that's the only optional in this section. Then we're going to have to use an elixir for sure. Don't think it makes sense to pick up that PP up, even the one that's on the way. Yeah, water gun TM could have been useful, I guess, if I had to, if I had forgotten and I could teach it, but that's obviously not the play. I should just keep it on my set because there's no reason I need to delete it. I could delete Bide instead of water gun and just have it available there. Oh, a level 33 Nidorino got me. What? Aren't there... Those have to be pretty rare, right? The Nidorinos? I don't think I've run into one of those before. I mean, granted, I have not played a ton of Red, but I've reset my cursor too, which is really annoying. I was expecting my cursor to be at the repel, but if you get a wild encounter, then it resets your cursor up to the top of the bag. Okay. We could miss the range here, then get sleep powdered. That's why we're saving for Erica. We missed the range, but we got Razor Leafed, which is actually what we want to see. That's preferable. So same as last time, our PP is very low by the time we get here, but that's okay. We don't mind healing in Fuchsia and then taking on Koga right afterwards. I save in the wrong direction. No, I know. I go down instead of up. Okay. It's really annoying that I got disabled. Am I still disabled? That's crazy. Disable lasts so long. Like, it's wild how long disable lasts. Stop it! Ah! Oh my god. Sorry for anyone's ears there, but that, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Like, how is that possible? They just kept sniping Body Slam with disable. It's a 1 out of 4. But it's actually more like a 1 out of 8 because it's more like a 1 out of 8 because disable's accuracy is trash. Glad Smoke Screen missed there. That's kind of nice. Muck is a 2-hit. Coughing is a range, by the way. We got a crit that time, so that's kind of nice. And then Wheezing is a likely 2-hit, I think. Or maybe not. But anyway, doesn't matter. We cleared him. Alright, next up is Rival 5. We're going to go ahead and heal here, because PP is a little bit low. And we were poisoned. And damaged. So yeah, I think it makes sense to just take the center heal there instead of try to do a lot of bag management. Okay. We needed to teach the rare candies. 2, 3. Going around the good path. All right, let's go. With Koga's badge, we're outspeeding most of this team now until we get to the Alakazam, which is kind of nice. Alakazam has Body Slam paralysis chances. We got crit there, which is not what we want to see. Razor Leaf could get us now, but we crit him. So there we go. Also, there are other grass type moves that that he could use. So he's definitely like not guaranteed to use Razor Leaf, even if he gets a chance to attack. That's why I was comfortable going in at this level against... we got another special drop there. Despite our success last time, I am going to take a little bit of a safety heal there. We didn't take any damage, I don't think, against Giovanni last time, but the Kangaskhan can damage us. Because, yeah, we didn't one-hit it in that case. I think the Nidoqueen is a favorable range. Yeah. So, like, again, we didn't need to heal, but we didn't know that we didn't need to heal. What I'm saying is, things could have gone wrong. Yeah, I almost used the repel there, but we don't need to actually. We need to go get Mimic and fight Sabrina first. So, good on me. Not using the repel yet. Let's go get Mimic. Okay, Body Slam against the Kadabra. Body Slam or Ice Beam were both good against the Mr. Mime. Should have switched to Ice Beam after the barrier, obviously. Psychic is best against the Venomoth, and then Body Slam, obviously, again against the Alakazam. Although, yeah, after the Reflect, Ice Beam was better. Nice. Pretty smooth Sabrina. I'm going to take the quick heal here. Oh, no! Wrong move. When I open the inventory next for Repel, I'm going to also need to teach Mimic. Mimic over Body Slam. Smash Math, I know you put some math in there about my likelihood of running into encounters. Do you have like a rough estimate for how likely you think that was? To run into an encounter in Safari Zone earlier? Level 42 Muck got me here. We are pushing the boundaries a little bit, trying to get through at a low level, but I think it's worth it because We really don't want to over level for this section of the game. We want to hold on to our candies where we can use them most efficiently. In this case, right before Lorelei. We used 2 in the early game to smooth out the early game. We used 3 before Rival 5 because that's really the only difficult trainer in the mid game. And then after that, we save the rest of the 5 candies until the very end for the Elite 4. All right. 1 agility and then we go. Oh my gosh. The super potions are so insane in between the fire spins. Okay. Nice. Alright. That was a slow fight, but we didn't take a reset, so that's important. 29 minutes, by the way. About to enter Giovanni's gym. We're still moving along. We're still at 0 faults. I think we're going to skip the save in front of Giovanni. Because their chances of losing are like very, very low. With Sand Attack, much like with God, all things are possible. But I believe in our chances. Okay, crit dig. Good try, Doug Trio, but we're one-shotting the rest of the Pokemon, so. Okay, we're low on Ice Beam PP. I'm going to go ahead and use an Elixir here, I think. I don't think we actually needed the second Elixir last time. I think 1 was enough. Pretty sure 1 was enough. Gonna feel dumb if 1 wasn't enough. Okay, don't get us Alakazam. Okay. There we go. We made it. First try Rival 6. We didn't even have full health. See, it's not supposed to be that bad. Sub 38 chances looking quite good right now, by the way. Sub 36 chances, I don't think so. It doesn't look like we're that kind of fast. Sub 38 could fall apart, by the way. Like, we had a first try everything in the league last time, I think. Whereas Agatha definitely could have fallen apart. I could see a couple resets at Agatha. It wouldn't be crazy to have a couple resets at Agatha. Where are my candies? Near the top. Using them now, by the way. Just so that I didn't forget, to be honest. I forgot them last time. David Yang, you can't choose more than 42 minutes because we blocked that horrible possibility out of our minds. Didn't consider that a possibility. We've also already beaten that, so it's no longer an eligible finish. We're trying to beat 39-10. Yeah, last time I was confused because Dugong was a 3-hit. I was like, I thought Dugong was a guaranteed 2-hit. Of course, it's because I hadn't used my rare candies. Lorelei is pretty trivial here. I think it was a little bit more of a challenge in yellow, but still not much of a challenge in yellow. We can't be frozen. A lot of times that's a loss condition. So, yeah, just pretty trivial here. I'm skipping a couple saves, playing a little risky because we're right. I almost did Psychic, by the way, but I want to save Psychic PP for Agatha because we only have one elixir, remember? We haven't taken any damage yet, which is kind of crazy. We really need this to go well, though. Okay. Wake up. We woke up. Outspeeding the Golbat. That's perfect. Oh, I just Gen 1 missed. It's a little unfortunate. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, no! That's the reset we didn't want. That's the reset we really didn't want. Oh, a reset against the final Gengar. Oh, that's really rough. That's such a slow reset. Oh, no. Twice. Oh, we just lost our badge boosts. I wonder if Honda's still a 2-hit without the badge boost. It is. Okay. Well, it's a victory, but it doesn't feel like it. We could technically lose with like Aerodactyl, Supersonic, and to crit Hyper Beam stuff, I guess, but not really. Whirlwind, cool play. Ice Beam is a range. It's a favorable range. Slightly better to use Blizzard, but I wanted to preserve Blizzard PP. Because there's a chance that the Alakazam goes for Recover, then we have to like use a lot of Blizzard there. We need to get Leer Whipped or Tail Whipped twice. Meant to do Ice Beam there. Okay, well, okay. If we lose here, it's player error. I have to be honest. Oh my god, 1 health. I lost a little bit of concentration there when Agatha went so poorly. That said, 37-15. 37-15 is not too shabby. I barely survived the Ember. Yeah, it was a range, wasn't it? The Ember could get me or not get me. Oof. Okay. So how do we feel? We should feel great about this result. 37 minutes, 15 seconds with Lapras, 224. This is about 4 minutes faster than Scott's playthrough in Yellow, and that's because Yellow is much, much harder. It's a much harder game, especially for some Pokemon don't care as much. Victory Bell crushes everything. I don't think Victory Bell cares very much if it's playing Red or Yellow. I think it's probably a little faster in Red, but not much. Because it can only go so fast. In Red, Lapras really benefits from just knocking things out with its coverage moves and not really having to shift a lot. Like in Yellow, I had to teach not Hyper Beam, but Hydro Pump and get really creative, like mimic Sleep Powder for Koga, do all kinds of stuff that you just don't have to do for Red. You can get through at a lower level and more consistently and using 100% accurate moves. GG's in the chat to everybody. Salamance, Dennis Azizi, Emerald Trisecta. I'm not ending this stream. I do want to do one more. I think we can get into 36s. I think we're unlikely to get 35XX. But how long did we lose on Agatha? It was a long time, wasn't it? It took us roughly 2 minutes to beat Agatha. Versus when it went well, it took us about 50 seconds. So there's 1 minute savings there. Could have been 36:15. And you save 15 seconds playing better. Technically, 0 resets can get it done. 0 resets and tiny bit better play. Not even way better, but just tiny bit better play and 0 resets can get 35XX. But it's really pushing it. End the stream now, so your prediction wins. All right, I guess that's it. Redriosi wins, everybody. Good to see you. No, I think we should do one more. I think we can push this. Remember the Nuzlocke game run that I did with Blastoise? Yes, I do remember. You could do it. I mean, we were only Agatha away from doing it. I guess we didn't technically Nuzlocke because I think we were over-leveled slightly for Erica, but not much. I think we've got the strategy, guys. I think we know what we need to do. I think we just need to go in and execute this one more time and see if we can get better Agatha luck. And skip some saves. Yeah, skip some saves. Yeah, Smash Mouth saying the 2 losses took about 70 seconds and the win was slower than ideal because of haze. Right, so it took, we had worse damage ranges and stuff. 1 elixir was enough to get through the league, and I didn't feel taxed. It was fine. So I think saving 1 elixir for the league is fine. We can use 1 to maybe skip a heal in the playthrough. Okay, not much else to think about, I don't think. All right, 2 or 3 minute break, run it back, see if we can beat, at least get into the 36s. See if we can at least shave 15 seconds off this. All right, be right back. Alrighty. I'm back. Hello, Renewed. Good to have you here. We have a lot of HP. There are red bar opportunities. No, I don't think so. I think we could get into red bar after Misty, but then the problem is the rival is difficult after that on Nugget Bridge. So we have to heal after. So I don't think there's really an opportunity to go for red bar. All right. Let's get the most recent splits up. 37-15. Yeah, like maybe red bar after the rival, but the chances of being a red bar after the rival are really low. Hello, Aaron. Once you get here, you'll know that you've spent an hour. No, he's not Smash Math. Like, he's consistent to beat, but he's not he's not consistent enough that we can like get into red bar on purpose, because Vine Whip is going to hit for a lot of damage. All right, let's go. It's really only like the cream of the crop that can consider doing red bar. I don't think Lapras is quite at that level, because the stats aren't great, right? 85 attack is good, 80 defense is good, 60 speed is good, 95 special is really good. But none of these stats are like Mewtwo. They're not even Nidoking. Like, the HP is the main stat, but if we go into red bar, then we don't have very much HP left over, you know? So we leave ourselves a little bit vulnerable. Well, the attack is pretty good. I mean, but we can't use the attack stat until we get to Body Slam. And then we don't actually use any other physical moves throughout the whole playthrough. It's just like Body Slam until you don't need it anymore, then it's a purely special set. Hello, Volbia. Yes, I did think about that. I was like, no one's going to even say it, right? Okay, if you have high HP, then you do have a little bit more wiggle room in red bar. Like, technically true. So it does help you a little bit. Technically true. Struggle plus red bar. You know you have a really helpful chat when they start suggesting things like struggle plus red bar. Brock tried. He tried to get us there. 1 second faster, Brock. Although, didn't we heal beforehand after? I don't know. Five, 6 Pokeballs? Oops. Oops. Alright, well, we only have 1 antidote. That should probably be okay. I think we got poisoned twice last time. A little sketchy. If we have a full restore, we can probably just cure our status with a full restore if we have to. 1 antidote's probably fine. We're gonna have to potion after this. So Rattata does massive damage. Good thing we didn't get poisoned there. Okay. We're going to have plenty of PP this time, by the way. We were able to heal after Brock, so we didn't have to risk the other way around, where it does get quite close. In this case, we get through on either 4 or 5. Smash Breath confirmed it was a range against the Metapod to knock it out in 2 hits or not. But in this case, yeah, we just have plenty of Water Gun PP. We didn't get an encounter that time there. That was nice. Last time we did. This is like, I think because Scott was catching the Spearow. So that's why encounter's just on there, but I would prefer that they weren't. Okay, I probably risked a crit there. I don't think that was necessary. Missed the ladder. Extremely favorable range. Okay, good to know. Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I just lost this guy, didn't I? Okay. I didn't heal before him, but I thought I'd be fine. Then I hit myself 3 times in a row. Cool. All right. Again. Yeah, I know. We've taken resets at the weirdest places. Or restarts. Like, it hasn't been Brock percentage. It's been Route 3 percentage and Mount Moon percentage. Like, come on. Yeah, if you heal before Brock, it's just up to variance, like whether you hit your ranges or not, whether you get a couple crits or not, whether you can actually make it through Route 3. I'm going to accept that risk if I happen to get poisoned by the Weedle at the end of the forest. But if I make it clean through the Weedle and I can just go straight to Brock, I'm just going to go straight to Brock so I can heal afterwards for a little bit of extra safety. I think the extra, like, 2 seconds of walking time is, like, totally acceptable. The only way I could lose to Brock is if, like last time, if I get crit several times on the way, you know, like the mandatory Weedle crits me with Poison Sting, but it doesn't poison me, so I don't heal. I'm a little lower, then the Geodude survives the favorable range and it hits me with Tackle, and then the Onix gets like a couple crits. Like, it takes a lot to actually lose against Brock. Takes a lot. With Red Bar and an ideal gameplay, sub 35. Yeah, for sure. I mean, because it shaves a lot of time if you get Red Bar. I just don't think, like, in the confines of one afternoon, we're going to be able to get a reliable setup for Red Bar. Especially since we have to take a lot of risk right before that, even to get through Misty. Yeah, this is what's going to happen most of the time against Brock. We're going to one-shot the Geodude, take like a tiny bit of damage, and then two-shot the Onix. I bump into everything when I'm not used to going that route. You can tell I don't normally backtrack, so it's pretty funny. It's like the gulf in skill between paths that I'm used to taking and paths that I'm not used to taking. You can tell I just bump into everything when I'm not used to taking the path. So I got a question near the beginning of the stream. I don't know if that person's still on or not, about like, can I play at times 4 speed well now that I'm used to it, or do I still like have a hard time running into things? And the answer is the places that I'm really used to moving in, I don't feel the ×4 speed that much. But the areas where I'm less accustomed to it, I definitely still can bump into lots of stuff. Like backtracking through the forest. Whenever I have to backtrack through the forest, that's like a recipe for bumping into everything. And sure, if I'm nervous, yeah. I mean, I'm human, right? So if I have like a really good time going and I'm late in the playthrough and I start looking at my splits and thinking, oh my God, like this might PB. Yeah, sometimes I can bump on into a few more things or like miss a door or something. Whenever you're not focused on the task at hand with the correct amount of focus, like you introduce things like that as a possibility. A little bit unlucky. And I say the correct amount of focus because you could even over focus too, right? Like if you're focusing so hard on making sure that you do something properly when you could just trust your muscle memory, you're going to play worse. Come on, Paris, where you at? Yeah, a long time to get to Paris. You want to be in the sweet spot of where you're paying attention, but you're not like hyper fixating. And because you have to trust your muscle memory. I've played this game hundreds of times, hundreds and hundreds of times. So my body knows what to do for the most part. Usually what I want to be thinking about is like where I go next and stuff. Not like I don't hyper fixate on, oh, I need to make sure I make it through this door and make sure I don't hit this thing or that thing. That's not really what I'm thinking about. I kind of just trust my fingers to do it. With the exception sometimes of like if I'm in Victory Road and I'm near like running into that like a trainer in Victory Road, sometimes my conscious brain will take over and be like, don't do it, don't do it. You know? I am human. I am going to save here. We could take a quick reset if we have to. I'm just going to go directly for bide. Well. Oh, that was good. It didn't start off promising, but it ended up promising. Let's go. Because I'm going for bide directly here, I think I can probably afford to take a quick reset here as well. Okay, pretty good. We have more health this time than we had last time. I think we can... No, the crit! No! Oh, I should have sung. I thought I'd be fine, and then the crit did a lot of damage. Yeah, that was a mistake. I hate it. Okay, this is not going as well. 40 health is going to be sketchy. All right, no way. Dead run. I should have sung the Star Me. It could have been possible. We're not going to have a really slow split there and beat the previous playthrough with it. Oh, like a tongue. With any sort of, like we would only maybe just, like, in a best case scenario, just barely beat the previous playthrough if we take a couple resets there, right? Because we had a good run. We're trying to beat a good run. So, I wouldn't want to reset over and over here if our best run was still like 39.5 minutes. If that was the case, then I'd be like, all right, well, maybe we take a couple resets at Misty. But we're trying to beat a good run, so we have to take more risk. Um, Koopaloop, hello, welcome. Trying to find a group for Pokemon Hide and Seek. What is that? What is Pokemon Hide and Seek? Is that when they hide in the tall grass and then you catch them? This is kind of nice, by the way. I actually find this to be, even though we're pushing really hard here, I find this to be not a very stressful stream at this point, because if we finish with 37-15 as the final result, I'm okay. I think that was fine. I think that was actually a really good run. Like, 37-15 is a very good run. I'm trying to beat it. I would love to beat it, but if that ends up being our final run, I think we can all rest easy tonight, knowing that Lapras had a great playthrough in Red. Like, it's a representative playthrough. We accept risk at Agatha because we're trying to win at a really low level, right? And when you try to win at a really low level, yeah, there's a lottery there that you have to get past, because we're not like one-shotting or two-shotting any of the Pokemon, except or many of the Pokemon. Like, we're one-shotting the Golbat, we're two-shotting the Haunter and the Arbok, we're three-shotting the Gengars most of the time. Oh, I didn't... Alright. I'm going to have to backtrack to set the... I forgot the Marpai. But this is only like a 2-second or something miss. As long as we didn't get poisoned there. Because we have to go back anyway to reset the position of the last. So we're just going to wait until we have to backtrack anyway. And then we'll just do our Marpai then. We would have loved to crit there, by the way. Oh, crit against the Ekans is good too. And luckily we had a lot of health, so we didn't need to potion here, because we don't have any potions. So this is going to end up being just fine. We're at 5, and that's plenty to get through the final trainer as well. So we'll just go ahead and do our Marpai now. We had a little extra money too. That's nice. Didn't really need it, but we got to buy a couple extra things. So many reset points that I missed. What do you mean? Oh, like, oh, yeah. Like, I could have lost in other places, right? We got 2 resets to Agatha, but there were a number of fights that were close that could have gone south, but we pulled through. So a 2 reset run is quite a good... No, it's all that. I could be a stickler about it, but that's not like something that impacts the playthrough really. Technically, I just cheated by using an item in battle. I'm not going to restart the playthrough. We can put an asterisk next to this one if it ends up being the run. That's fine. That was a misclick. I was trying to do a Pokeball and I accidentally did a potion. I wouldn't have wanted to potion there anyway, so it's actually a disadvantage. And I wasn't close to dying, so if you want to be mad in the chat about that, I understand, but I'm going to play this one out and see what happens. Oh yeah, and 1 HP on the champion too, surviving an Ember. I'm curious to see if the chat is going to riot. Oh, rage and anger from Trisecta. But the exclamation marks lead me to believe that perhaps it's not real rage and anger. So mad right now. This is my outside voice. Yeah. Oh, now I can tell. Thank you. Oh. we're gonna make a compromise, which is we're not gonna save. We're only gonna keep this run if it's like fantastic. We're adding a little extra danger here. Uh-oh. Nope. Okay. Okay. So far, the extra danger is working out just fine. Let's see. So much rage that everyone just closed the stream. Yeah, that could be the case. This is not good. Okay. Are you serious right now? A Jin 1 miss? No, a 5% missed a tackle. All right, that's fine. We use Sing. Okay. All right. This is not going well. Okay. New game. Everyone who was angry and left the stream, you can come back now. The invalid run is over. All right. Stand up. Stretch. I was worried about this being a Misty percentage stream, and it kind of is. It kind of is a. Okay. But again, we're trying to beat a really good time, so that only happens if we take on some risk. Hey, honey. Thank you. Just got a special delivery. Some bubble tea. What's the shiny box? This? Talking about this? This is not a shiny box, but it's a laminated book. That is the Lord of the Rings trilogy from when I was a kid. I've had that since I was about 11 years old. Favorite all-time book is Lord of the Rings. Or trilogy of books, I suppose. If I had to pick one that was my favorite, it would be The Two Towers. I love The Two Towers. Okay, couldn't hit the door. The Two Towers is fantastic, both the book and the movie. Because first of all, the whole Rohan at Helm's Deep is just like such compelling cinema, and also very interesting drama. So I loved that whole part. I also really just enjoyed having the Fellowship once they were split apart, being able to see them in their own like elements. I thought that was it subverted my expectations because I thought when I was reading the Fellowship of the Ring that it was going to be like this group's journey throughout the whole thing. And so when it split basically into 3 different plots where you're following Merry and Pippin being captured by the orcs, and Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli, which was my favorite. I came in here first. I guess we're risking it. I didn't really do this consciously. But it is faster if it works. And then Frodo and Sam as well, although it drags a little bit sometimes. I still think it's, I don't know. I really enjoyed when they kind of got split up. Ooh, that crit there was nice. So we missed the range on the Geodude, but we got the PB back with a crit there. Smashmass says, fun fact, Tolkien never intended for it to be a trilogy. It just got so long that it had to be broken up into 3 books. That's funny. Tolkien was definitely a planner, and he never really like stopped writing about that world, which is wild because he could have definitely like, okay, Rattata, chill out, dude. Am I gonna lose? No. Okay. He could have pivoted to other worlds, other books. He was very successful, right? With Lord of the Rings, got a lot of clout. He could have done other stuff, but instead he's like, no, I like this world. I'm going to keep like answering fans' questions about stuff. I'm going to write the Silmarillion, you know, which was not, I mean, that was published by his son. It wasn't even his, right? Like he never published that. That was basically like notes and stuff cobbled together. He just lived in that world and he loved it. And I respect that. That's pretty cool. It's crazy. We got good ranges and good crits and stuff because we got through with 3 PP this time. And stop it, Pidgeys. If we miss sub 36 by like 4 seconds, I want everyone to bother Scott and say, hey, how come there's these early game encounters in your overlay in red and blue? What if you wanted a duo? Just kidding, of course. Thank you, Scott, for providing these to the community. These overlays. Actually, I'm not even sure if the red and blue overlay is publicly available. No, I'm not totally sure because I think he gave it to me so I could help optimize a couple Pokemon. So now I'm not sure. Okay, this Rattata is just a critting machine, dude. The Biker Boss Rattata, wait, not Biker Boss. What is this? Rocket Boss? I think that's what Scott's been calling him. Rocket Boss has been wrecking me. Yeah, Tolkien even like invented the languages that he was writing about. Pretty impressive stuff. Full-on commitment to the world. Really neat. There's part of me that still like flinches and like waits for Team Rocket to show up in that section. It never does. Like I know it doesn't, but like played so much yellow. Oh. Tried to go at the save from the correct direction. Okay. Uh-oh. Supersonic. Not what we want. Not what we want. Okay. That's not it. That's not going to happen. Let's try again. These resets are really quick, at least. Okay. All right, we did it. That's not too bad. But I don't think we can afford a Misty reset, so we're just going to go straight in. I'm okay with one reset there. Okay. Nice. We got enough health here that... Oh my god, the crit is really painful, though. Okay, we're gonna have to sing it. We're gonna have to sing it. Okay, please. Please last. No! No! That was so close. Okay. Okay. Time to pop open the bubble tea. I'm not really taking a break here. I'm not going anywhere. We're just gonna switch to an ASMR stream for a second. See everybody? I've got my bubble tea. Oh, you hear that satisfying pop and the swirling here? Yeah. Delicious bubble tea. Yeah, we were so close to getting a Misty there with only one really quick reset. That would have been good. But, alas. It's very Tolkien-ish, you know? I think we should say, alas. It was written so long ago now that you might be tempted to think that that was how people spoke back then. But no. This was still Tolkien doing like his medieval style speaking, the high speech, not really what people in England sounded like back then when he was writing. I know if it crit after the bide, then it would have been great, but crit right before the bide because we underspeed it, so. Oh well. I went from thinking we were in a really good position to realizing that we were in a tough position in that moment, right? The crit was rough there. Guy blocked us. By the way, I may accept 1 or 2 more resets just to get another run in soon, because I don't have forever. I am going to have to pick up the boys from daycare in about an hour. So if we don't get a run in the next like 2 or 3 attempts, then it's probably not happening. So at that point, I'll accept a slower start, and then our focus will become the game time instead. And we'll just see if we can shave the game time down and then like extrapolate like, well, okay, with 0 resets, what would we have been able to do with optimal luck? Because to level with you all, at this point in time, I don't think it's incredibly likely that we're going to beat the result that we just had. We had quite a good run and pretty decent luck. So, yeah, we may have to shift our focus a little bit. And then if like we happen to get a lot of really good luck, then great. But yeah, I'm just trying to be practical here. We only have so much more time, and yeah, I don't want to kill any of the hype. It would be really cool if it happened, but saying we can't really expect it to at this point, I don't think. Although we're going to give it 1 or 2 more tries in the early game to see if we can get a clean early game going. I've been resisting taking a Misty reset because it's just so slow. You have to get hit by tackle so many times to get knocked out. Oh, I should have healed. This is risky. We should get through, but okay, nice. $11. We should be fine. We should have enough water guns here. Even with a 3 hit on the Nidoran. Yep. Did I get really unlucky that first time? Did I miss a bunch of ranges and never crit or something? Because we've done this a few times now where I've healed before Brock, and it hasn't been close to a problem since then. Like, look, we're going to have 2 PP left at the end of this. I think it was so unlikely that we shouldn't be playing around it. Yeah, we shouldn't be playing around it. Got worried that I was going to use a potion there. By the way, no one rioted last time, so I think that there's some goodwill built up, but don't want to betray that trust by constantly breaking the rules. So yeah, we need a potion before this. Like, even the chip damage from the Paris makes this a little bit of a sketchy fight. Smash Math, you keep bringing up Mega Punch. Is Mega Punch like your favorite move or something? Do you love Mega Punch? I hate Mega Punch. I'm not looking to use it. Oh my god. Okay. Thankfully, Water Gun was only disabled for 1 turn there. Okay, we're at -4. Watch this. Y'all like that? Y'all like that? Bet you didn't see that bide coming. Oh gosh, what happened? Had a hard time using the rare candy, picking up the rare candy. All right, come on. Be kind, Goldine. Be kind. Uh-oh. That was not. I don't like where that was going. I was confused again. Half health. Okay, come on. Don't confuse me, and we're good. All right. Next time, if we don't win this time, we will save before Misty. Nice. 53 health. Come on. Okay, she didn't crit that time at least. Oh, oh, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We got it. Okay. Okay. 2 seconds faster on Misty. Which the last Misty was really fast. So we are good with this. We are happy with this. This is quite nice. Let's go. Let's go. We've got to run. We've got to run. Oh no. Not like this. Not like this, Pidgeotto. Oh my god, if we lose here, I'm going to be so sad. Oh no. Oh, it's sand attack. It's awful. Okay, okay, we did it. We did it. Should we red bar? Should we red bar? Is that stupid? Should we red bar? I mean, we're in yellow bar right now, but... I guess we don't heal and we just kind of see what happens. Although I think we're just going to be like one-shotting everything basically. So I don't think we're going to get into red bar. We could get into red bar for like a minute against the Mankey, I think. Do we risk it? We're risking it. It could damage us here. Oh, we're in red bar. We're in red bar. We're in red bar, y'all. Look at that. That's pretty zoomy. We're going pretty fast. We're drunk with power. Look how fast that was. The level up text went so fast. No, don't use the potion. What, am I crazy? I'm not going to potion in a situation like this. Look at us go, y'all. Look at us go. Oh no. Oh no. What? Okay, I thought that oh no. Okay. Good thing that we knocked that out so the Pidgey can actually knock us out. Is this run dead though? Like, how bad is this that we have to backtrack here? How bad is this? It's pretty bad, right? I needed to heal before the Oddish. I don't know what was going on in my brain. I thought that the Oddish was only doing like a couple damage to us. And then it did like 8 or 10 damage. Yeah, I know the run's dead. I know. I got too I flew I was like Icarus. I flew too close to the sun. I got drunk on the power of red bar and I didn't heal. It did 7. Yeah, see, 7 damage doesn't seem like much when you have a lot of HP, but when you're in red bar, it turns out that's a lot of damage. I'm mad at myself. That was a really good run we had going. And I got too greedy. Yeah, I got another 630 Misty in me. All right, gotta believe. It's a potion before the Oddish Lass. Correct, Dennis the ZZ. This is what we learned. Definitely potion before the Oddish Lass. Clicked A twice. It wasn't rapid fire keys either. I just pressed it twice. Come on. Last complete run entered Bill's house at 9:20. What were we at there? Like 8 minutes? I felt like we were going pretty fast. Oh, we would have been 5 seconds ahead? Yeah, I mean... Yeah, the red bar wasn't saving us like that much time. But it was pretty cool. Mostly because we didn't have red bar for the whole section. We just had it for like a couple trainers there near the end. I've made the decision to heal here at the center, by the way. We're going to risk the chance that we just get awful ranges. That's okay. We're not going to play around it. We should have enough Route 3 PP almost all the time from our experiences here. Off we go. Very efficient menuing there. Although we're not hitting ranges so far in a way that's concerning me a little bit. I think we're going to need to get like a crit on the Nidoran or something maybe. Okay. Yeah, just do that. It's not ideal, but it's not that bad either. We had to save one water gun by using a bide. Assuming that we get the favorable 2-hit range on the Metapod, which we get. Okay, we're through Route 3. Get in the ball, Paris. Hope you're all ready for another Misty percentage. Coming up soon. Come on. It is kind of annoying not having a secondary move when water gun gets disabled. It's just like a time bleed you really can't do anything about. For those of you wondering why I used Bide on coughing last time, but I didn't this time, it's because last time I was at -4 defense, so the coughing was hitting for a lot of damage, and Bide was going to be fast. This time, that wasn't the case, so I just went for water guns. We are going to take a save here. Yeah, Bide saves time, but only when... Okay, that's a terrible start, so we're just going to take a really quick reset. Supersonic was used and it hit. We don't want that. And then we hit ourselves. Okay. All right, if I lose this time, I'm resetting. I don't know. Like, I'm running out of time here in real life. I had some indecision there. On whether or not to use water gun, and then I accidentally kind of used growl instead. I don't really know what my fingers were doing there. But... All right, we're not going to save here. We already have 3 resets. Saving would be awful, so we're just going to go for it. Oh, nice. Okay, that was good. That was really good. Oh, and a miss. Okay, that crit wasn't great. Okay, come on, sleep. Okay, got him. Okay, 53 seconds behind. Oh, I don't know. 53 seconds behind. That's pretty bad. Yeah, I tend to play worse when I'm thinking about, like, should I restart this playthrough or not? Should I take this run? Like, you're thinking about things that aren't the game, so you start to play a little worse. It only costs 1 turn, though. It's not like it's the end of the world. The main problem is that we took 3 resets to the Goldeen Trainer. All right, I guess we're gonna take this run and just see how good we can get the game time. Does someone want to look at what was it? My game plan? Does anyone remember? Was it 224? I think it was 224 last time. So I think our goal should be to try to get beat 224 as the in-game time, because we're not going to beat the real time most likely. We would basically need a 0 reset run the rest of the way. And then even then, we would barely beat the previous time. So I think we should shift our mindset to say, okay, let's just try to play really clean and see what's possible for Lapras if we don't get any resets. Like, we'll just do the math afterwards and see, okay, you know, could this have been a sub 36 Pokemon with 0 resets? I mean, I think so. The first reset was fast. Yeah. Oh. Here I am reading chat. Okay, escape rope. By the way, I do remember this time not to overwrite Water Gun. So that's a pretty nice inclusion. We can have Water Gun for the Doduo. That was a little bit of a time bleed last time. It's like throwing multiple balls to try to catch it because we couldn't weaken it. Oh, that was kind of nice. Some misses there. Okay, body slam. Crushing it. All right, we saved a little bit of time there. Look at that, 11 seconds saved. By the way, 36XX is on the table. If we get 0 resets from here on out, we beat Agatha on our first try, we can still beat the previous playthrough, even though we're 46 seconds behind, because Agatha was that bad last time. So it's possible. It is possible. At this point, to be honest with you all, it's not super likely, but it's possible. Doesn't seem super likely to lose the Surge, so I skipped the heal. If we got a crit there, we could have lost. Probably shouldn't play quite that risky. Repels. And then I need to get the super potions and not the cleanest inventory management, but it wasn't the worst either. We got everything up near the top, so that's okay. Ooh, nice crit. and a mist poison powder. That was a really good wrapping last. Let's go. I got the time loss was about 110, says Smash Math. Yeah. So we could... Now, we also had 0 resets the rest of the way. So that's basically what it takes. But if we manage to replicate that, and we have 0 resets throughout, we can beat our previous time and get into the 36s. We're not going to get sub 36. I don't really think that's realistic. But we could get into the 36s, which would still be quite good. Obviously, 36 something is a really good time. Okay, wake up, please. Wake up, please. That was a little bit of an annoyance, but it's not that big of a deal. Like, she's not going to beat you. Something crazy would have to happen to actually lose there. Poison there is a little annoying because I do think I have to heal it. You see where my repel expired, how it was past that trainer? That's why it threw me off last time when it happened just before I got to that trainer. And then I ran into him for the 4th Slowpoke that I ran into with Golbat. Calling back to my stream a couple days ago. We still have Pokeballs. Pokeballs should be okay, since we can water gun it down. Nice. Okay, that was pretty good bag management. And then keep in mind here, we're also going to be teaching Psychic. And then we need to use a Repel, or we can do it on the way. Now we can get rid of Water Gun. Water Gun has served its purpose. And Ice Beam. Okay, doing all right here. I think I should gain a little bit of time as well over the previous split, I think. We're about to find out. The inventory felt clean there. Oh, no, apparently not. That's okay. It's about on pace. Somehow we lost 5 seconds, but I don't remember losing any time. So, what happened? Oh, I remember. I got put to sleep. Something like being put to sleep by the status condition junior trainer can definitely cost at least 5 seconds of real time. That didn't happen in the other playthrough, so that's what we're looking at. I kind of bumbled teaching Ice Beam, but I did that last time too. So yeah, I think that's the same. That's a speed tie. Last time we won the speed tie. This time it confused us, but thankfully we didn't get affected by it. No. The NPCs are determined to waste my time. Okay, let's go. We can only control what we control. You'll go crazy if you get upset about like getting put to sleep. These kind of things happen in every playthrough. Something bad like that will happen in every playthrough multiple times. So you really can't get tilted about a couple extra missed turns or something. You just got to play the best you can. I'm tempted to skip the save before Erica, but I won't. The chances of losing that fight are too high. Because it's like a 50-50 on the first victory bell. And then it can sleep powder you. So 50% chance that you sleep powder. A little scary. No one counters that time. That's nice. I don't think it makes sense to heal because we survive a Razor Leaf. And we're one-hitting the other two Pokemon, so. No healing. Nice. Vileplume is a range, technically, but it's like a 90+% range, so. Last time we had a little bit of a time bleed when Body Slam kept getting disabled. So maybe we will save a little bit of time back this time with RNG if that doesn't happen again. Psychic was disabled. Perfect. That's what we like to see. Hopefully it stays disabled the entire fight. Ice Beam ranges are actually a little better against the Hypno than Body Slam, believe it or not. All right, here we go, y'all. We're cooking. I mean, I feel like we're playing well here. Next up is Rival 5. We are gonna Okay. Okay. If he used self-destruct there, it would have gotten us. We do need to take a heal. So we're going to do the same thing that we've done recently. It's just heal here. Take on Rival 5. Nice. That's a range. We got it for the first time there. Yes, fast play shaves time. Not just good RNG, but also good play. Alright, let's go. Nice paralysis there. Very nice. We can tank a Razor Leaf on high health, by the way. Which we had to. Okay. Next up, Mimic and Sabrina. Oh. We just dropped an item, by the way, so we know that we for sure have a spot open for Mimic. And it also put our cursor near the top so that we could get the bicycle. So that's a nice little move there. All right, let's go. Special drop there is not really what we want to see. Uh-oh. We could be in a lot of trouble here with the special drop. We need... Oh, that's kind of painful. Special drop is definitely a lost condition there because we can't outspeed the Kadabra without a couple more levels. Special drop also hurts us against Sabrina because we sometimes will want to switch. We'll sometimes want to switch to Ice Beam against a couple of our Pokemon, and we want to use Psychic against the Venomoth. So like. Body Slam is useful in that fight, very useful, but we kind of want to have backups too. So when we get a special drop, not only are we getting hit harder, but we're also hitting less hard. It's a very painful thing to happen to you to get your special reset. Okay, let's use the 3 Carbos now. And we're going to Super Repel and teach Mimic over Body Slam. Good. We need to free up a couple spots because we're picking up Blizzard. We're also picking up the secret key. So we needed 2 spots open. We just opened up 2 slots. Rare Candy, we already had one in the bag. So that spot did not need to be opened up. By the way, David Yang mentioned that he hopes Summoning Salt makes a video about me. I don't have nearly the following, I don't think, for that to happen. But I think it would be amazing if Summoning Salt at some point. It seems like it's in his kind of wheelhouse to do this sort of thing. Summoning Salt's a really fun channel. I love his videos. If he sometime eventually did like the solo running kind of history, starting with like J Rose and Madry Bread, and then eventually Scott's Thoughts, and maybe I could be a footnote in that. That would be pretty cool. Almost forgot to take agility. Thankfully, we didn't get the 1 hit. We'd have to crit to get the 1 hit. Ooh, nice miss. Oh, that was a crit. Yeah, that did a lot. but we pulled through. Okay. $29.34. I think we're about 30 seconds behind the previous run. Yeah, 26 seconds behind at Blaine. And considering how much time lost we had at Agatha, this could be a PB. Everyone who left earlier when I sounded depressed. I don't actually think anyone left. I think we have more viewers now. But if you left because I sounded all depressed about our chances, you will regret having done that, because it looks like... Look, I'm not saying that we're gonna PB, but we have a good chance of PBing. If Agatha goes well, we will PB. All right, Giovanni down, trivial. 4 ice beams, is that enough? No, it's not enough, but we can use an elixir. We found that out last time. Oh, not a second elixir. All right, let's go. This time, it's not just the speed. We need a badge boost here with agility. Oh, perfect reflect. Okay, 90+%, and we got it on the Venusaur. Perfect. No hydro pump. 12 minutes ahead. We're so good. All right, here we go. All right. Gotta focus on these. Okay. Huh? Thought I spammed out enough to get the bike, but apparently not quite. David Yang says, we all want to see you go 42 plus. Hey, it's on the table. If Agatha's bad enough, we could go 42 plus. I don't know that that's what everyone wants to see, but that, I guess that could be entertaining in its own right. Skipping the save here. Because I think there's basically no chance of losing this fight. Here we need to save our psychic PP, so we're just going to go for straight ice beams against Bruno. We could lose to a crit submission, by the way. Unless we freeze him solid. Let's go. It all comes down to this. If you've been looking away, we're at Agatha. Come on. Come on. A lot of damage with Nightshade. Okay. Come on. Last Gengar, please. Yes! Yes, first try. Let's go. Oh, where are my full restores at? Elixir. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. First try Agatha was really clutch. Okay, the rest of these are one hits. We just need to not get messed up too bad by the Aerodactyl. So basically only Supersonic. Even if it crits us with something, we're fine. Okay. We need 2 Leers here. And we need Blizzard. $50, 35 minutes. We're not going to get sub 36, but we can get 36XX. No special drop, please. Yes. Oh my god. We missed the range. It's like a very favorable range. Okay. 2. No. No. Okay. We're actually favored to win this still, as long as we don't get crit by the Arcanine. Come on. Yes! 36-15. We beat the previous time by exactly 1 minute. Oh boy, what a run. Oh my god, with 4 resets. 36-15 with 4 resets. Oh. Okay. I feel like I played well that game. We had a few unfortunate things happen. 220. We shaved 4 minutes of in-game time off. I think I played really well. Not perfectly, obviously, but I'm really happy with how I played. We had some RNG that was a little out of our control, but we got a first try Agatha this time. Shaved a full minute off of 37-15, which I was pretty happy with already. I thought that was already a good run with Lapras. I'm really happy with this. Yeah, we could do another run. We could get sub 36, but real life calls. I'm going to have to go to daycare and pick up my boys and stuff. But this was fun. This was good. Yeah, with all this bad luck, we still got 36-15. Of course, we are kind of accepting that we have a lot of bad luck in the early game. We could play the early game a lot safer, but if we play the early game a lot safer, then we lower the cap of what Lapras could do. I so wanted to ditch this run. I know. If I had another 30 minutes before I had to leave, I would have ditched this run 1 or 2 more times and gone with another one. I know. I really wanted to. But I powered through, and 36-15 is a good run. I mean, it really is. All the bad luck early on is not as bad as, like, bad luck at Agatha, right? And we got past Agatha on the first try. So I hope you all enjoyed it. GG's, everybody. Who owns? Nice to see you. I don't remember seeing you before. If this is your first stream, welcome. I'm glad you came. MVF, thank you. Renewed, Munchie, Trisecta, Emra, David Yang, VV, thanks for the enthusiasm. Dennis the ZZ, good to see you. Red Eye Solaris. We got a lot of the regular crowd here and a couple names that I don't recognize either. So that's awesome. Thanks everyone for being here. I enjoyed the stream. Hope you did too. And we'll see you next week.